I'm catching up with Nick Paddock, and we're going to be having a chat about the Cliffy Miller runners who will be racing on Friday. They step out their first runner in race 2, and that's City of Port Louis. Now, this fellow is going to be making his local and poly debut and races of Western Cape form. Nick, it's the right type of field to show good improvement.
Yeah, you're spot on. It's maybe not the strongest of fields. A couple of horses that have been battling around the maidens for quite some time, barring maybe the Griefos Cadenza, who's only had the one run. He does give us 5 kilos, and he's a nice little horse, City of Port Louis. He's a nice little horse. He's been on the poly before with a gallop, and it seemed to have gone quite nicely. Looking for improvement with 56 kilos, and he could run a big race there.
Don't let him run free. In race 4, Palancar runs. Now, this fellow really caught the eye last time out. He had his post-maiden run, and it was a smart effort behind what looks to be a decent sort.
Very decent sorts. I think he'll probably win later on in the day as well. I think he's been crying for the step up to the mile. He's really doing well. I think last time from draw 1 we ended up second last. He just doesn't have that early toe out the pens, and he kind of just falls out and he doesn't, hold his position. So it's maybe up to the mile will suit him. He's going to be a nice speed on, something to run at, and he's really doing well. And I think he's going to run a massive race from a good draw, and he's probably one of our better ones on the day.
We'll see the twins in action in race 7, and that is Marshmallow and Alex Miller. They look like spitting images of each other, bar Marshmallow behind us being somewhat larger. Joining her, as mentioned, Alex Miller. Oh, she has been so close in her recent starts.
Yeah, I call them Big Miller and Little Miller. So Alex, she's been knocking quite hard. Her last start, she was a little bit unfortunate as she went through a gap. She didn't manage to hit her tendon, and she was a little bit sore coming back and a little bit not striding out, and we fixed it up, and she's touch wood, she's all good going into the race, and done a few adjustments to the small little niggles she's had, and she's really doing well. Again, right type of field. She's always in the vanguard. She'll be running at them again. Again, she's never been beaten far, so I think it's about time she got her head in front again. Marshmallow doing really well. It's not like us to run her maybe twice in the same month, let alone 2 weeks apart, but she really pulled up well, and she's really doing well at home. Her coach's in a great space, and I think that run just brought on. She probably just needed it. She did take a bit of a stumble at the pens, and she recovered quick enough though, but she ran up to them and just had enough the last 100. Needed it. She's really doing well. The run brought on. I think she has to go into everything.
And Griffin Park will close for the yard in race 8. Now, he made his local debut last time out. He had been expected to need it, and he can show improvement, Nick. Yeah,
he needed it quite a lot, a little bit more than I expected him to maybe. Back on poly now, he's had another gallop going into the race. So fitness-wise, I think he's just about close to spot on. Obviously, would have preferred maybe 1,000, but after speaking to Marco, he said a 12 won't be too much of a problem. He doesn't think. He's really doing well. I think 20-1, I think he's around 4-1 a place at the minute. It's not bad value. Now he's definitely also throw into your trifectas and quartets and maybe your larger pick sixes as well.
On relocation, you can see this will be his first run on the local poly, but his best form has been on the KZN poly.
Yeah, his best form has been on the KZN poly, and obviously maybe they surfaces are maybe a little bit different from each other, but on face value, you've got to throw him in on his poly form from KZN.
Great information from Nick, and we thank him very much for it. We'll look forward to watching the Cliffy Miller runners on Friday.